another episode of the Chin Check series. I am your host, Rebel Life Boxing. On today's episode, we're going to discuss the chin of Sebastian Fundora, who just happened to be having a fight this weekend, this Saturday, against Erickson the Hammer Lubin. We will discuss briefly how does the chin of Sebastian Fundora so far in his career currently, what do we rate his chin as? So let's get into Sebastian Fundora's record real quick. So we got he has a record of 18 wins, 1 draw, 12 wins by way of knockout. So Sebastian Fundora has a 63% KO ratio, which is pretty good. So we're working with some pretty decent power here. Sebastian Fundora is one of the tallest dudes in boxing. 6'6", 154 pounds. Unheard of to be that thin at that height. You know, he has the same height as a lot of these heavyweights like Tyson Fury,
for the after school.
Like Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Joe Joyce. All these dudes is like the same height around. They all in the same height as Sebastian Fundora, but much, much bigger and heavier. And he also has an 80-inch reach, which is like the reach of a lot of heavyweights. So he has an extremely long reach for that division. So, you know, that's why I think he might be a problem in that division. When he, up until he gets to a certain level, he's going to have to start using his defense, which he definitely needs work on. Sebastian Fundora, man, he likes to fight short. He's an inside fighter. For most of the fight, he loves to fight inside. So you'll see him outbox. I rarely see him do it. On occasions, he will, but for the most part, man, he likes to mix it up in the inside. He has pretty good body work. He has for somebody with arms that long, man, it's amazing to watch him from the inside and how he generates that power that's why I say he's going to be an issue. He might be, if he can fix his defense, man, I see him being a problem for a lot of people, man, at 154. But that's if he also learns to start outboxing a little bit more, man. Stop taking so many shots, But let's run through his current opponents and let's see how he did against them, and if they have any power and shit. So you got, he has a fight with Lubin coming up, but before Lubin, he fought Sergio Garcia back in 2021. Sergio Garcia, he's not really known for his power. He gave a good fight to Fundora. That went the whole 12. Really back and forth, a lot of slugging in that fight. Then he fought for that Jorge Cota. He has great power. And he ended up knocking him out in the 4th round. I didn't agree with that stoppage, though. I mean, he was beating him. He probably was going to knock him out anyway, but he swung a right at Fundora, and he actually landed it on him. And it looked like it may have buzzed him a little bit, but Fundora kept coming back and kept hitting him, pounding on him, and then he stopped it. But he didn't look like he was hurt. He was throwing punches. So I didn't really agree with that 4th round stoppage. I think that was kind of premature. He should have just let it play out because he was swinging back. He was fighting back. So it wasn't like he was on the ropes just getting pummeled and wasn't throwing no punches. So I didn't really agree with that stoppage. And then before that, he fought a guy named Habib Ahmed from Ghana. And he knocked him out in the 2nd round. That dude had no power. He had no power. He was no match. He just got washed within 2 rounds. And then before that, he fought Nate Gallimore. Again, Nate Gallimore doesn't really have the power. He has decent power. Enough to hurt. Enough to probably hurt Fundora, but he didn't hurt him at all. He just got beat the fuck up the whole 6 rounds, man. And he kept asking, what round is it? What round is it? It's like he wanted to get out the fight. He wasn't gonna last. That fight wasn't gonna go 12. He just wasn't in it. Then before that, he fought a Daniel Lewis dude. That went to the decision. And then he fought before that. Jamonte Clark was the only fight he had a split decision draw. So that was the toughest fight he had to date was Jamonte Clark. Jamonte Clark showed him different angles. He mixed it up with him, boxed him. He gave him hell. Um, and he has no power, but he gave him hell. That's what I mean about boxers. You don't always have to have power to really get the win all the time, but he gave Sebastian Fundora a good one. That was a great fight. Not to date. That is Sebastian Fundora's toughest fight was with Jamonte Clark. And now, we get into Erickson Lubin that's coming up this weekend. And a lot of people are asking, with the defense that Sebastian Fundora has shown, which is he doesn't know how to block punches, man. He might weave a few punches, but he doesn't have the defense, man. And let's look at Erickson Lubin real quick. Okay, Erickson Lubin, let's check out his record. Erickson Lubin is at 24 wins, 1 loss, 17 wins by way of knockout. And that 1 loss came at the hands of Jermell Charlo. I think he lost to him. That was back in 2017 when he fought Charlo. Got knocked out in the first round. Everybody knows about that. He came back and bounced back from that. And then since then, Erickson Lubin just been running through everybody, technical knockouts and decisions, but getting the win nonetheless. That was his last loss, and it looked like he was trying to make it his only loss. And his KO ratio is 68%, so his power is decent. Erickson Lubin, he's named the Hammer. He has decent power, pretty good power. I'd say a little bit more than Sebastian Fundora. They're in the same range. They got almost the same KO ratio, but nonetheless, he does have power. And he's probably the most gifted fighter that this is definitely a step-up fight for Sebastian Fundora. And I think I predicted it already. I got Fundora losing this fight. I got him getting stopped in this fight. I believe that's what my prediction was. I got him getting stopped late to the body. Now, why do I think that? Why do I think Erickson Lubin can stop him? But then you say, well, why didn't Nate Gallimore stop him? When Nate Gallimore got beat down, he took Nate Gallimore's soul. He didn't want no parts of him. Cotto, he was a good power puncher. He had more power than Erickson Lubin, but he didn't have the skill. See, it's not always about power. It's about the skill. He didn't have the skill to not take the damage he took from fucking Sebastian Fundora. So this one is a little different. His chin, I don't want to make this a prediction video because I already made it. We're going to see how good Sebastian Fundora's chin is in this fight. This is going to be another indicator as he steps up in competition. If he can handle Erickson Lubin's punch, then, he'll be fine. I haven't seen him hurt at all since he's been fighting. Like his last 4 or 5 fights, I never really seen Sebastian Fundora hurt to the chin. He's taking shots very well, especially from Cotto. He took a lot of good shots from him, and I didn't never see him about to be out on his feet. Never seen him dazed or nothing. May have seen him buzzed a few times, but like he shook it right off. It wasn't like, okay, I'm out of the fight. Oh my, like he's all over disoriented. I haven't seen that from Sebastian Fundora yet. We might see that in this fight, might not. It might be a body shot, but I will have to give, as of right now, Sebastian Fundora's chin, I'll give it an A because he fought the Cotto dude. He took a few shots. Nothing too clean from Nate Gallimore. Jamonte Clark, he's not really known for his power, but he was piecing him up pretty good in that fight. And he took him. He kept coming. He wasn't backing up. He kept going. He kept coming forward. So, as of right now, we'll have to give Sebastian Fundora's chin an A. That might change later. It might change after Lubin. Lubin might knock him out. That still wouldn't mean he doesn't have an A-class chin. It just means he got knocked out by somebody that just got good power. And then he might fight somebody like a Jermell Charlo, get knocked out again. Then that might, lower his chin rating a little bit after that. But, that's just my take on it. So my official rating for the chin of Sebastian Fundora would be an A, because I've never seen him buckled, never seen him hurt. So we will see come Saturday night what happens between him and Erickson Lubin. Should be rather interesting. So anyway, let me know what you think about the chin of Sebastian Fundora. Drop a comment, like and subscribe. Support the channel for more raw content. This is Rebel Life Boxing. Catch y'all later on the next one, and I'm out.